Hey, it's Rick Khan from rickkhan.com, and in this video I'm going to reveal why you should stack your interest targeting on Facebook ads. And I'm going to show you the truth behind why this doesn't also matter as much as most marketers might think, and also going to let you know where your focus should really be. But in a nutshell, separating interest is something that I believe has changed a lot since the old days of running Facebook ads, because as the algorithms get smarter, things have changed, especially now Facebook's tracking has gone haywire since post iOS. And today, I mostly stack all of my interests after testing multiple ways of doing it. But before getting into stacking your interests, there are single types of interests I recommend you do, such as using broad targeting, which is getting better and better. And also try using open targeting, which is another that's working very well, where I do have more on this where you can click in the description below. But in this video specifically, we're going to go through interest-based targeting and go through what I'm doing with it. Now, in the past, most advertisers and I used to do single ad sets containing individual interests. And the idea behind it was that by separating interests, you could see which interests were performing, so then you could turn off the underperformers. And then what we would do is ramp up the interests that were working well. But with today's Facebook's best practice and lots of testing, I found this to be very different today, because combining your audiences seems to be working much better over separating them. And there are multiple reasons why you might want to also consider doing this, which the first reason is audience size. When you have large audiences on Facebook, you're opening the algorithms to work more effectively without limiting it, because Facebook's algorithm wants to work across as many as people possible in order to figure out who they should show your ads to. And this helps to optimize your ads faster with the bigger audiences. And here's the thing, because you're opening the size of the audience, this will help the algorithm get you more results or conversions and helps get you out of the learning phase faster, which leads me to the AI is smart. You see, Facebook's objective is to give people the best experience and give content that they want to see. They basically show people what they want because they want the user to have a good experience, and they're not just going to show people things that makes them want to leave the platform. They're obviously going to give the user the best experience so they always keep coming back on. And this is what the algorithm is designed to do. It tracks everything you do. It knows a lot of data that some would say is quite scary, but all of this is teaching the algorithm about each and every user. And when you increase the size of your audience with stacking your interests, it then unrestricts Facebook's algorithm with all of this data to use. Now, something important here, because probably one of the best reasons to also stack interests is that scalability is easy. Because when you increase the size of your targeting, scalability is huge compared to single interest scales. And as you continue to keep your creative fresh and not let any of your ads fatigue, Facebook can continue to scale. And quite frankly, since you're not separating your interests, your ads won't burn out quickly, especially true if you have larger budgets. And another quick reason why combining your ad sets might be for you is that it can get very expensive separating your audiences. You see, let's say for example, you have 30 different interests, and putting individual budgets on each of these can get very expensive. But by stacking those interests, which is similar to CBO, when you have a single budget across all the ad sets, it will work out a lot better and cheaper than you might think. Now, with all this said, what's really important to focus on is not about whether you should isolate interest, but instead your focus should be on testing creative, hooks, angles, and your copy, where I'll link a video below about testing these for the best conversions. Even the after click experience, such as your landing page copy and your offer, because this is the true successful path with advertising. And trying to get overly technical and think about every little thing can get overwhelming and lead to wrong decisions, which leads me to mentioning something important here, because no matter who tells you to stack your audience or separate your interests, only you will know that works best for you. Don't ever become biased from one idea, because I'm a strong believer in getting your hands dirty and testing, because this is the true path to discovering what works. You need to think like a scientist and do lots of your own testing until you know what works for you. So with that said, here's a video that's going to go through more about broad and open targeting. And if you want the latest information on advertising, make sure to consider to subscribe for the updates. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.